a lot of welcome back viewers. All right, Black Forest cake.
Yeah.
Even the Austrians are getting in on the act.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. It's kind of a strange thing to see it in the gelato form, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. Anyway, let's have a look how he does this well.
My name is Nick Palumbo and this is Thomas Mitchell. We're both from Gelato Messina. Today we are going to attempt to make the Gelato Messina Black Forest cake. The cake has 3 different types of gelato styles. It includes a semifreddo, it includes a sorbet, and then it includes a gelato, a chocolate gelato. As well as that, we have some tempered chocolate. We also have a disc made of rice crisps, which give us a bit of texture, and then we spray it in multiple colors to form the dome, which I don't know if some of you are familiar with, but we hope to have a finished version of it by the end of this hour. So, the 3 textures, we're going to do a little bit of cheating because the cake requires to make certain parts of the gelato cake, and then requires blast freezing for about 45 minutes to an hour, and that's each component. So, we've got some things already pre-prepared, but we will try to attempt to make every single piece so you can see what goes into the cake and you can see how complex it is, and then hopefully we'll put it all together at the end. And first thing we're going to make is the chocolate crackle disc. Now, we used puffed rice. You can use rice bubbles if you want. This is just a fancy version of rice bubbles. So with this, we do a puffed rice. We mix in some hazelnut paste and some melted chocolate. So we're doing 60 grams of dark chocolate that we've melted, 25 grams of paste, and then 55 grams of the puffed rice. All we're doing is just mix it in slowly, ensuring that each rice bubble or puffed rice is completely encased with the chocolate and the hazelnut. From here now, we have a silicone mold. From here, once we've got our disc made, we will blast freeze it, because once you blast freeze it, then it allows you to manipulate it, it allows you to demold it, play with it, you know, do whatever you need to do to get it in place. So for the recipe, for those of you that are interested, it's 150 grams of egg yolks, 50 grams of caster sugar. Donato, on the other hand, he's getting the cream ready to go. And then once we get that down to about 20 degrees temperature, then we combine the two and we fold them gently and put them in a mold. Now at this stage, the kirsch, is that the kirsch there? Yeah. The kirsch, we can add to the cream. Just pour it in really gently.
Combine the egg mix with the cream mix.
You really need to use silicone molds. Now at this point, we add our Amarena cherries. Well, in this case, we're using the Luxardo Marasca cherry. Don't push them down too much, because what will happen is they'll eventually just all float to the bottom anyway. So that goes straight into the blast freezer. Okay, so now we'll get on to the cherry sorbet. So we're going to use 310 grams of water. Now we're going to heat this up in a Thermomix. When it comes to sorbets, if you want, there's no reason why you can't do it over a stove. We've got a Thermomix, and again, this will heat it up to 85. We're going to put it straight into the machine. Then we're going to use Morello cherry, 500 grams. So what we do is we slightly start to warm this up. Once it gets to about 30, 40 degrees, then we'll start adding in our powders. Sugar. We have the kirsch semifreddo in the blast freezer. We have the crackle disc ready to go. We have the cherry sorbet on the go. As soon as that's ready, we will place it in a mold and blast freeze that as well. What we'll do now is we'll get on to the spiced chocolate gelato. So to make the chocolate, we're going to heat up our milk and cream. 580 grams of milk. 165 of cream. We have a pinch of cinnamon, clove, nutmeg. We have caster sugar, 165 grams. We have 50 grams of skim milk powder. We have 5 grams of stabilizer for dairy. We have 60 grams of cocoa powder, 15 grams of hazelnut paste. So now we've got this to about 48 degrees. There you go, Black Forest.
Well, Alessandro, that has certainly changed my views on Black Forest cake.
Yeah, you see.
Gelato. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick is quite an artisan.
And it's very difficult. I don't know which way you can build this type of gelato. It's impressive.
Yeah. I want to extend a big thank you to you, letting us into your world and, of course, allowing the Australian public to actually see what a Gelato Fest is all about and embrace it. You know, I think it's going to be one of the big stories in years to come. We've done coffee, we've done pizza, now it's gelato time. What do you think?
Try to think. We organize CGEM on January. Every January, the next one will be from 18th to 24th of January 2014. It's a very important show about gelato, coffee,
Yes.
bakery, pastry,
Yes.
all
Yes.
the artisanal products, very
Yes.
important.
Yes.
And you could be the right visitors, the right buyers, because it's a show for professionals.
For professionals.
So I would like to invite you and all your colleagues here in Australia to visit the show. Next edition of CGEP in Rimini.
That's huge, isn't it? Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Listen, thank you so much. And I want to ask you on a parting note, what is your favorite gelato? What do you eat?
That's very, very, very simple. Pistachio.
Pistachio,
Yeah.
is it?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ciao, bello. Alla prossima. Grazie.
Bye.
Well, viewers, I hope you have enjoyed this terrific episode of Regional Italian Cuisine. It was all about gelato. And as you can see, well into the night hours, there were reams and streams of people lining up for that gelato. It was a wonderful contest. And of course, it was all about not just the professional judging, but also 50% of the judging was judged by the public. You, the public, voted on your favourite gelato, and let's hope it becomes a real annual event. All right, we look forward to seeing you again on one of our programs in the future. Ciao, alla prossima!